Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, the second session, the second video for a special online community event. What I want to do, I want to say thank you to Azure Back to School to give me the ability to give me the chance to present my topics about Azure, about security and so on. I also want to say thank you to the sponsors, Trace3, and also to Captain Hyperscale to give us the ability to create the event, to create the awesome community event. Okay, so let's talk about me in a short window. My name is Lagler-Gruener. I'm a lead cloud architect in one of the biggest consulting companies in Austria. You can see I have a broad knowledge about Microsoft Azure. I have my certification in different areas. I'm really focusing on exactly cloud-only, cloud-native application. But I also have some experience on other hyperscalers, but this is not the topic from today. Since 4 years right now, I'm Microsoft Azure MVP. And this year I'm also graduated as a second MVP. So I'm now a double MVP in Microsoft Azure area, and also in the security area. You can find me on X, you can find me on YouTube. You can also visit my custom blog named cloudblogger.at. You can also join or request the contact on LinkedIn. And if you're interested into scripts, if you're interested into solutions, please visit my GitHub repository where you can find maybe that what you are looking for. Okay, so let's talk about the session from today. Today we are talking about Azure Copilot. This session or this video is from type full, so this means it will take approx 40-45 minutes. And it's from video category level 200, which means we are not going into the details in deep dive. You will get an overview about Azure Copilot, and at the end you will go out from the session and know how you can use Azure Copilot, for which uses Azure Copilot designed. And also I want to show you in a live demo, keep in mind it's really live, how you can work with Azure Copilot. Okay, so let's go to the agenda from today. But before we are starting, I want to show you a short video about Ignite 2023, where Microsoft gives you the idea about Copilot. So we have different Copilots: Microsoft 365 Copilot, Microsoft Security Copilot, Azure Copilot, and so on. But let's have a look to the video.
1 year ago, at the dawn of a new age, we took the first bold step into a world of unlimited possibilities.
We're going to get to think about how we use our imagination to solve some of the biggest problems in the world.
It allows for the patient and doctor to be a patient and a doctor, like it used to be.
With AI as your co-pilot, you are supercharging innovation.
It's like reading my mind.
It's magic.
You built new solutions and inspired us to imagine more.
In our journey of generative AI, we have over 700 use cases across all divisions and functions, so we really see a big impact.
Copilot makes day-to-day life easier, so you can spend your time thinking how I want to improve the experience for people learning a language.
This technology has the potential to completely reimagine the way every single student learns in the world.
It enables our people to get back to what they're brilliant at.
You redefined the art of collaboration.
I've been using Copilot on exciting problems that are having real impacts in people's lives.
I can just go home and be like, yeah, I did that. I'm a superhuman. I've done something amazing.
This is the age of copilots.
So really awesome when you think about what kind of solution areas they will cover. So starting from the daily business, from Microsoft 365 Copilot, going to the coding area with GitHub Copilot. Now we have the ability to use Microsoft Security Copilot to enforce or to get more help for our security consultants, security analysts. And now we also have the ability to use Azure Copilot for different areas. So the session from today will cover, first of all, the AI announcements from Microsoft. Then, what is Azure Copilot? So we have different copilots, but what's right now Azure Copilot in real time? Work smarter with services. So what kind of services does Azure Copilot support? Most important question about Azure Copilot. And at the end, do not humanize. It's really, really important, but we'll cover this in a few minutes. And at the end, you will see a live demo where I want to show you the different areas from Azure Copilot with real life scenarios, what you can use or how you can use Azure Copilot. So let's go to the first topic, the AI announcement itself. So when we think about AI and Microsoft, what you can see here is Microsoft is starting 2019 with the partnership with OpenAI and Microsoft, and then it's go ahead and in June 2020, Microsoft and OpenAI announced GPT-3. Then it goes ahead with daily, with codex models, then with announcement that Azure OpenAI services are available inside Microsoft. And when it comes to the security perspective in February 2023, Microsoft announced that March 2023, Microsoft announced the Microsoft 365 Copilot, also the Microsoft Secure Copilot, and Microsoft Azure Copilot is right now in preview. So you can see here we are starting in 2019 with the Copilot, with the OpenAI and Microsoft story, and it's March 2023, the last announcement, and now we have 2024 and we have a lot of more announcements available about OpenAI and Microsoft Copilot. At the moment we are, I guess, in GPT-3 4.0, and it will build up monthly with new versions. So Azure Copilot, the perfect partner on your side. So it's a Copilot version inside Microsoft Azure, inside the Azure portal, and Copilot itself is designed, it simplifies or it helps you to design your solutions, to operate, to optimize, and to troubleshooting apps and infrastructure from the cloud, and also important from the edge. So it's integrated in the Azure portal, and keep in mind, this is a new session. It's currently in preview. You can use it, but it's not generally available. It's in preview. So you have you have limitations here, but I will cover this in a few minutes. And it's really in preview. So you don't get an SLA, you don't get support in this case. So let's talk about the areas where Microsoft Copilot or Azure Copilot can help you. The first thing is in the design area. You can use Copilot to configure the right services for your application environment, aligned with your operational policies. So, for example, if you want to create a new storage account based and also implement the best options what you have in security from the security perspective, you can say, hey Copilot, what's the best option for my new storage account in case of security configurations. The next thing is what you can do is operate. Use Azure Copilot assistants to answer questions, auto complex commands, and act on behalf. Use natural language. So what does this mean is if you have services and you want to configure, same situation, you have a storage account and you want to get an overview about your security standards. Is everything in place, or should I change something on the storage account? You can say, hey, Copilot, give me the best recommendation for the storage account in case of security. What you also can do is to say to Copilot, okay, give me a KQL query, or give me a resource manager query to find all resources that are started, for all VMs that are started, for example. Or you can also say, hey, give me a CLI command to show me all virtual machines in my environment, or also translate it to a PowerShell script or whatever. So it's from the operation perspective, Copilot can help you to execute daily business tasks and give you is the right assistant on your side. To optimize, what you can do is to ask Copilot about the current costs, about the optimization task for a VM, for a storage account, or my monthly costs, what are the highest costs what I have in my Azure environment, and how I can reduce the cost in my environment with reserved instances, or remove unused services, and so on and so on. And at the end, you also have the ability to troubleshoot. For example, if you have a web application and the web application is not performing in the best way, you can say, hey, Copilot, give me the answer, or give me some ideas where I can have why my web application is not performing very well. And Copilot give you in some situations also the right way, the steps what you have to do to optimize your web application or their services. At the moment, the troubleshooting perspective is only supported for Azure App Services, Azure SQL Database, Azure Storage Account, and AKS. So you can use the troubleshoot functionality on exactly this 4 services. Microsoft is working really hard to expand the supported services in Azure from the troubleshooting perspective, and maybe when the Azure Copilot is generally available, you have a much higher list of about supported services from the troubleshooting perspective. So that's the short answer about Azure Copilot. So Azure Copilot is, it's an assistant for your daily business, for your daily work inside the Azure portal. Only in the Azure portal, not in the Android IT portal, not in the Microsoft Defender XDR portal, not in Microsoft 365. We are talking about the Azure portal. When it comes to other portals or to other areas, we have different copilots to fulfill the assistance in exactly this portal. But we are talking about Azure Copilot inside Microsoft Azure portal. So what are the most important questions about Microsoft Copilot for Azure? So the first one is Microsoft Copilot for Azure, the results from Microsoft Copilot for Azure, reliable? The answer here is yes. Microsoft Copilot for Azure is designed to generate the best possible answers, or the best possible response with context it was access to. So this is really important. You only get access, you only get the information from the Azure portal for those services where you have access to. So if you administrator and you have over all your services, all your landing zones and all your platform subscription access, you will get another response if it comes to an user account which only have to separate to one landing zone access. So it always depends on your access rights. So all response are executed or will be handled over your current user context, so over your permissions. How does Microsoft Copilot for Azure use data from my Azure environment? So once more, Microsoft Copilot for Azure only has access to resources that you have access, not to the Microsoft service in the backend have access, you have access, and can only perform actions that you have the permission to perform after you confirm it, confirmation. So if you have a user account and this user account have read-only permission on a subscription, what you cannot do is execute a task to change the storage account, for example, from a hot to a cool storage account, for example. You cannot do this because you have a read-only permission. You cannot execute the action because you don't have the permission. And the other thing is, before Azure Copilot is executing the task, you have to confirm it. So Azure Copilot do not change anything unless you have to confirm it. So the next question, is Azure Copilot for free? The answer here is really clear. At the moment, yes, it's for free. So it's a preview feature, and preview features at Microsoft are normally for free. In the future, I guess Azure Copilot, you have to pay for it. You have maybe different versions. You have a free version, you have, I don't know, level 1 version, level 2 version based on the capabilities. I don't know at the moment, but at the moment the answer here is Azure Copilot is currently in the preview phase for free. The other question is, does Copilot executes tasks for me? The answer here is yes, it can execute tasks for you, but what you have to keep in mind is you have to confirm it. Microsoft Copilot for Azure will generate the task or generate the script, and you have to confirm it. Yes, please execute it. And the other thing is, Copilot for Azure can only execute tasks on services, on resources where you have access on. So you don't have the ability to change settings on services where you don't have access to it. You cannot change the permission on a resource group if you cannot change it. You cannot change the storage account from a cool to a hot storage if you don't have the contributor access, for example, to contributor permissions to the storage account or the storage account admin or whatever. That's really important. To summarize, Azure Copilot is currently for free. Azure Copilot is reliability. Azure Copilot gives you the answers, gives you the response from the services where you have access to. So if you have a huge environment and you have only to a small piece from this environment access to, you only get the response from exactly where you have access to. And also from the execution, Azure Copilot can execute the task for you, but only on services where you have access on. Okay, generative AI have a lot of benefits, but, and this is really, really important, do not humanize artificial intelligence. So we are talking about, it's an assistant, it's a co-pilot. It's not the pilot, it's a co-pilot. And it's really important, a generative AI is not intelligent. So in this case, generative AI doesn't make decisions for you. Generative AI is not deterministic. It's not grounded. What you can do is, with generative AI, you can not understand language. So generative AI cannot understand language and math, cannot understand manners and emotions, in this case Azure Copilot, and know facts that are not in its training data set. So Copilot or generative AI do not automatically expand the data set where you have where it's trained. So you have to recalculate, you have to retrain it. And always ensure the AI, artificial intelligence output is responsible. So this is really, really important. Do not humanize. So it's an assistant, it's a co-pilot, it's not a co-pilot. And it's really important that you specify you're using Copilot for exactly that what Copilot is built for. Not for more, use it for exactly these areas. So let's go to the live demo. What we want to achieve in this live demo is I want to show you the different areas and also some sample prompts, in this case from the design, from the operate, from the optimize, and from the troubleshoot perspective. Okay, so let's switch to my live environment. Okay, so here we go. What you can see here is my live environment, so my Azure portal, including all services what I have. On the upper right side, you can see here next to the search and resources area, you can see here in my environment the Copilot area. If you don't have this this option here, if you don't see the button, don't trust me, I will cover this in a few minutes. So let's go to the Copilot. You can see here Copilot at the moment is in preview. So always keep this in mind, it's in preview. You have here the ability, you can also see here the design, the main areas, design, operate, optimize, and troubleshoot. So what I want to show you is the first area, the first section, the design option. What I want to do is I want to search for my storage account in this case. This storage account, and I'm asking the Copilot in the secure prompt, the following question. How can I make the storage account more secure? So I've created the storage account with the default settings, and I want to ask Copilot, okay, what options do I have to make the storage account more secure? And we will see in a few seconds what Copilot gives us for results. First of all, Copilot is always asking you if it's not really clear what kind of storage account do you mean. Do you mean exactly this storage account? Yes, I mean exactly this storage account. And now you can see here, Microsoft Copilot is now generating a result based on the current configuration from the storage account. So in this case, the minimum TLS version of the storage account is version 1.0. What we can do is to increase the TLS version to 1.2. This is one option what I have. The other thing is I've created the storage account here with the default settings, and the default setting is not a private endpoint, and it's not integrated into the with private endpoints or with private links. So Microsoft Copilot or Azure Copilot recommends to use private endpoints to consider enable the secure traffic and only to reduce the traffic to exactly these services what you have, what it's needed. Then the storage account is using the Microsoft managed keys. What we can also do is to use custom managed keys. And Microsoft Copilot, Microsoft Azure Copilot also give you here the more details. So when we click to this area here, so I change it to the English version. Enforce the minimum requirement version of transport TLS for the requests to a storage account. So here you can see Microsoft also brings the right link to the Microsoft Learn area for exactly this section here. So let's go ahead and have a look to operate section. So what I want to do is I want to generate a script to give me a new storage account. So give me a CLI script to create a new storage account. Let's have a look what we get here from the Azure Copilot. It's generating the script, and at the end you will get the script, and here you go. What you can see here is AC storage account create. So this is the CLI script. You can also execute the script. What you have to change is the storage account name, the resource group name, for example, and the location. Then the storage account will be created. What you can also do is more complex. Create a virtual network with 2 subnets using the address space 10.0.0.0/16 with Azure CLI. So you will get now the CLI script to create a new storage account. You can copy it, you can execute it. So we have now more scripts. What you can see here is the first what we have to do is to create a virtual network. We have to change the name of the virtual network, also the resource group. And then we go ahead and create a subnet and create the second subnet for the virtual network. If you're not familiar with Azure CLI and you want PowerShell scripts, what you can do is use PowerShell instead of Azure CLI to get the script for the virtual network creation with the subnet creation. So let's have a look. In a few seconds we should get the PowerShell script. Hopefully. Keep in mind it's an live environment, so it's not recorded, it's really live, and in some situations we can get an error and yeah, here we go. So in this case we're getting now a PowerShell script with in the top with the variables. Here it's filled out with the my resource group, VNet name, the address space, the subnet 1, the subnet 2, and also the address space for the subnet. Here's the location hard-coded inside the script. It's not really perfect in my point of view inside the code. And here you get the PowerShell script, in this case, to create a virtual network, create a subnet 2. So really nice and really fast to get the first topics to create a virtual network. Okay. From the operation perspective, I have a lot of more samples here. Show me all resources that are not compliant in my environment. Hopefully it's working. It takes some time, but we will see. Try to generate a resource graph query for the intent. So this is the resource graph query, which is executed. And here you can see it's executing, not a resource graph query. In this case, it's okay because you only get the result. You don't change anything. So Microsoft Azure Copilot is executing the resource graph query. And what you can see here is the first 5 non-compliant resources. So you can see here the IDs, the resource IDs, and this is the resource graph query. You can execute it or you can copy it and paste it into the resource graph to get a better overview about your resources. What we can also do is, so let's have a look to my VMs. I have here 2 VMs and this VM is stopped right now. What I can do is start VM dev. Oh, it's running VM dev, stop VM, stop virtual machine VM dev West Europe 001. In this case, Azure Copilot is asking you, should the virtual machine really stopped? Normally. Oh, in this case it's running, so we have here a change. Okay. Yeah, now here's it. So Azure Copilot for Azure knows, okay, the virtual machine is available in the subscription, in the resource group and so on. And is asking you to confirm to stop the VM. So Azure Copilot do not change the status or do not change the configuration of resources. You have to confirm it. So in this case, I click on execute. Yes, please execute. You can see here execute stop command on one selected item. When I click here on refresh, hopefully the VM is stopping. It will take some time. Here we go. The result is executed, so everything is working fine. And when I have a look to the VM itself, it stopped, deallocated, so everything is fine. So what I can do also is the other task is to start the VM. Start the VM. Yes, I want to start the VM. It's executing and so on. So when it comes to the optimize, you can I'm sorry. What you can also do is to create a new VM. For example, create a new Azure virtual machine and ask Copilot inside the creation process, help me to create lower VM cost or help me to optimize the high availability. So what you can do here is click or select one of the predefined answers here, and Copilot is checking now the current configuration, the current wizard configuration, and say, hey, use Azure Spot VMs to take the advantage of unused capacity. And what you can do is you can select it here, or you can also enable it in this way. Then Azure Spot is enabled. The second thing is the standard B2 SVM size is recommended. Yes, use it. Continue to Management tab. Enable auto shutdown. Continue review, and now everything is taken. Every cost optimization in this case is taken, and the virtual machine is ready to create. So in this case, what you can see here is you have on one hand you have on the upper side you can see here some recommendations. So it's not working because I've done filled out everything correctly. You can see here some recommendations from Microsoft, from Azure Copilot inside the creation process, and Microsoft and the Copilot itself give you the ability to find the best solution or the best cost-efficient VM type for your use case, and also give you the ability to enable or to change the setting inside the workflow from the Copilot respond section. Okay, so let's go to the optimize section, some samples. Let's have a look to my costs. I hope you can see some costs. My subscriptions are not really expensive. But let's have a look to what happens when I ask Copilot summarize my cost for the last 12 months. Hopefully I get some data. Normally you get a list about your subscriptions, about the cost from the last 12 months. And what you can do in the next step is, okay, what based on the current cost from the last 12 months, what can I do to reduce the cost? You can see here, it's currently in the scope, my pay-as-you-go subscription. And yeah, I don't have last 6 months, so select the last 6 months. I don't have really costs on my subscription, but normally you will get an overview about your costs from your subscription. Scope picker. Yeah. Okay. So in this case, I don't get any information. So let's go ahead and go to the troubleshoot section. We are going right now to a web application. Here's my web application. And I'm asking Copilot that I'm identifying that my web application is really slow. And I'm asking now Copilot, my web application is slow. And Copilot is trying to find out why is it slow and what can you do to get more insights into why Copilot is, why your web application is really slow. So it will take some time. It will take approx 30 up to 60 seconds. So in this case, we get the output or response from Copilot, also based on the potential root cause. In this case, my application, my web application, is not running on a productive tier. It's running on the basic tier, so this could be the problem. This could be the reason why the web application is slow. And also the recommendation, change the SKU from the web application protection plan. Then here are also solutions for you. So if you use SNAP port usage, understand the limitations, optimize connections, scale up, move web jobs, monitor TCP connections. So here are some additional troubleshooting options what you have, also with the correct links to the Microsoft Learn areas. And also here you have the ability to use the Web App Slow tool. When I click on the Web App Slow tool, you can see here Microsoft will change the focus to exactly this diagnostic tool and give you the ability to see more details about the web app. What you can also do is take a memory dump, for example. And you can see here, this for the selected SKU, the memory collection dump is not available. So you have to change the SKU to a higher one, to a productive one, and then you can use the memory dump functionality to exclude or to export the memory dump for exactly this web application. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the live demos. I hope you get a better understanding about Azure Copilot. So I have a lot of more use cases available, but I think it's enough at the moment. So let's go to my live presentation. So what we have seen is in the live demo the different section areas. So first of all, the design area. So we are creating, or we have analyzed an existing storage account and say, hey, what's the best practices for the storage account from the security perspective? We have different actions executed in the operating. So give me a CLI script to create a storage account, or to give me a CLI script to create a virtual network with subnets. Then we want to get a PowerShell script instead of as Azure CLI script. Then we execute in the operation, or in the operation phase, the status of a virtual machine. Always keep in mind, you have to confirm it before it's executed by Azure Copilot. It's always executed, you have to confirm it always if the status or some changes or configuration changes happened. In the optimization step, we are creating a VM, a new VM, and say, hey, Copilot, give me the best practices in case of cost optimization, and Copilot find for you exactly the settings what you have to enable or change. And in the troubleshooting section, we have seen an Azure web application that is slow, and I'm asking Copilot, okay, why the web application is slow at the moment. Okay, so that's it. It's the question. Now the question, how can I get access to Azure Copilot? So you can see here the QR link. So you can scan the QR link or add the website to your browser and request access to Copilot. The limitations at the moment, it's 15 requests during a chat. So if you have more requests, you have to open a new chat. And keep in mind, you only have 10 chats in a 24-hour period at the moment. Currently, it's only available in English, and the response will be limited to the top 5 items. That's the reason why we get only the top 5 non-compliant resources in Microsoft Azure. Okay, so once more, Azure Copilot is at the moment for free. It's available if you are request access. You have some limitations and it's in preview at the moment. So that's it. From my side, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you once more to Azure Back to School to give me the chance to present my content on their community event. I also want to say thank you to the sponsors that give us the ability to consume or to create the Azure Back to School event. That's it. I hope you enjoy it. If you want more information, if you want more details about Azure Copilot or other stuff, please join or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please connect me over LinkedIn, over X, or visit my blog. Thank you, have a nice day, and have a nice week.